afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tank and Trucker, and today we are going to do a review on the Krupp-steyr waffentrager Tier 7 tank destroyer. So, you'll have to forgive me, my game somehow reset, and I mean literally it reset everything. I don't know how or why, but everything was reset from the screen where it plays music they had to shut off, the video that plays in the beginning, all my key bindings were gone. Everything was back to like I just installed the game, and I don't know what happened. I was playing the game a couple days ago, it crashed, got the game running again a little bit later, like within a couple minutes, and then it was like this. It was everything was back to stock. I mean, every setting, the graphics card, everything. I was like, what the hell? So anyways, what do you get? You have a Tier 7 tank destroyer with 800 hit points with absolutely no armor. Tier 1s can pen this no problem. You have 20 in the front, 10 armor on the side, 8 in the rear. So you can see absolutely no armor. If you literally everything pens it. If already hit you, more than likely they'll do full damage, and it's an open top too, and they'll do full damage and probably one-shot you. So yeah, literally, if you'll see Tier 9s in this, you don't get preferential matchmaking, and if you get hit by a Tier 9, 8, 7, even some of the Tier 6 artilleries, yep, it'll one-shot you. So yeah, you gotta be real careful. We'll go over the gun real quick. Now for Tier 7s, this is a great gun. But when you start hitting Tier 8s and Tier 9s, it kind of peters out and just doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it justice. It just does not have the penetration to go through a lot of the Tier 8s. You get 8.33 rounds a minute. Standard pen is 203. This is your average penetration. And your average pen for your premium round, which is APCR, is 237, and 44 for your HE. Average damage for your standard AP round and your APCR round is 240 and 295 for your HE. Average damage is 2,000 a minute. Dispersion is 0.33. Aim time is 1.9 seconds. Now I'll go over my stats with 100% crew on their first crew skill, working on camouflage. Because this thing, you need it not to be seen, because literally everything, you could fart in it, it'll blow a hole in the side. Mine's got 9.7 rounds a minute. Reload is 6.2 seconds. Gun traverse is 28.16, and the hull traverse is 41.72. So you got to be real careful if you get a scout around you, and you'll see that in the first video. It has trouble keeping up with the fast scout, even if you're turning your hull and your turret at the same time. Gun depression is -8, so you can work ridge lines, a little bit, but it's not phenomenal. And you can shoot stars out of the sky with a positive 45 elevation. My aim time is 1.82 seconds, and my dispersion is 0.32. Now that sounds really good, but I don't know. It just, you'll see in, it would be the second video, where I'm going against Tier 8s. My rounds just were flying everywhere, but where I was shooting at, it seemed like. So, it's a 14.3 ton tank destroyer, so don't get hit and don't hit anybody, because it will decimate you. You get a 140 horsepower Briggs & Stratton, and we'll go with a Honda, not even a Briggs & Stratton. That's a Honda engine there. Specific power is piss poor at 9.76. The thing is gutless, doesn't like climbing hills. You can barely get going the 35 kilometers an hour on a straightaway. You get 15 in reverse, but it is slow. I mean, it's not T95 or T28 slow, but it's friggin' slow. I've got my concealment up to 35.2, but that's also with all my crew skills being camo except for my commander, and I did recon on him to extend that view range, get that view range out. And I also set it up with a gun rammer and nods and a camo net. Seriously, you don't want to get hit with anything in this. You do not want to be spotted, because you will be tore to hell. If you're in a Tier 9 match, just pray to God that you don't get till you can be two shots and you're dead. If I already hit you, you're just dead. So view range is 364, which is good for tier 7, but not tier 8 or 9. And your signal range is 710. So if you want to hold on for a second, I'll have the results of the next match for you. So I'll be right back. So for our first match here in the Krupp-steyr waffentrager, we are on, what was this, Overlord? Yep, Overlord. At first I was going to kind of stay on the right side of the map over here and snipe, but I kind of watched where everybody was going and no one was going to the left. So I decided I better go to the left and kind of watch the field, watch that side of the map, and see what happens. It's a pretty cool looking tank destroyer, but she be slow. So we're doing about 22 on a straightaway. 25, 26. So it's bumping between 25 and 26. Now going uphill, you can see it's down to 14, 15, 12. Yeah, the power to weight ratio on this sucks royally. Even on a straightaway, it's just, I mean, 35 is the top speed. I don't really think I ever hit it too much. Stops pretty quick. But as you can see, the left side of the map over here, I got a Dicker Max over to my right, but nothing in the field, nothing in this area. They all went over here. I'm like, oh goody, we're gonna lose this match. At least at first I thought we were gonna. But due to my awesome marksmanship, no, I'm just kidding. No, but me getting over here was definitely a good idea. I don't have 6th Sense on this. That's one thing I definitely will want to get on this here. Once I get my first crew skill at 100%, I'll change it to 6th Sense, because this is one of those tank destroyers you just don't want to get spotted. Absolutely don't want to get spotted. And I know the KV-2 did not have the range to see me. It's just because it's that heavy, it has real poor vision, so I knew I could kind of pick them off from a distance here. Now at these ranges I was doing pretty good, had pretty good accuracy with the gun, but in the next match you'll see at a little bit longer distance it just seems like I was missing a lot of my shots. These are all standard rounds. I think the first round might have been a premium round. I wasn't paying attention to see if I had started out. Usually I start out with a premium and switch to standard. The match I had with the bounce that one. The match I had with the tier 8s, I started out with premium rounds and kept it on premium rounds. This little guy was moving so darn fast. That was just a shitty shot on my part. So I knew I was lit here, and I knew I was in trouble. So I got lucky. I hit him there, and all I need to do is hit him one more time. Well, you can see my turret just can't keep up with him. So I figured best case for me is to run, get down the hill, and make him chase me so that I had time to get my gun turned around and aimed at him. I don't know what the heck I hit there to make that round not even come close. I thought I had a pretty good aim in on him, but just didn't. Now, The biggest mistake I made was, normally I'm pretty good about watching my mini-map, but I was so fixed on getting these two knocked out here that I really wasn't watching my mini-map. And I make a big mistake because there's a Rudy coming up. You'll see him right here. It was him and another guy partnered up, and I wasn't paying attention at all, and it was just a stupid mistake on my part, and they come over the hill and just, I only have 173 hit points, so basically it's bang dead. Yeah, so that's why it is very important to watch your mini-map and not tunnel vision. I was so fixed on those targets on the hill. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get him, I'm just going to knock him out. And that ended up costing me my tank right there. If I'd have been paying attention, I would have seen him coming across the field, and I could have done one of the two. Try and haul Krupp-steyr that way, you know, to the west side of the map, get some distance between me and them, get behind a house, you know, something to protect me. Or I could have kind of came over here in this area, probably like right here, try getting some shots on them, because they lit up halfway across the field, so I could have probably got a couple of shots on them and then took off. This is not the fastest moving tank destroyer in the world, but could have made it work if I would have seen them, but I just wasn't paying attention. I was just literally, like I said, so fixed on the tanks up on the hill there, I wasn't watching the mini-map at all. And that's what I always say, that your mini-map is your friend. You know, try and pay attention to it, but, you know, everybody at one point in time will get, you know, that tunnel vision where you see a target up there and you're not looking at your mini-map at all. You're just so fixed on taking that target out that you don't even think about looking at your mini-map, and then it ends up, you know, get you killed. So anyways, that was that match, and I did 1,254 damage, and oh, look at that, no rounds bounced. Go figure. This thing has no armor at all. But if you want to hold on, I'll have another review for you, or another replay for you here in just a second. Alrighty, and for the first match, let's see, we were on Overlord. And the standard rounds pretty much didn't have a problem going through the same tier tank 7, but you'll see in the next match that when you have tier 8s, there's a little bit more difficulty with the standard or the premium rounds even going through a lot of the tanks. I didn't even shoot any standard rounds in the next match, and a lot of the premium rounds just bounced or didn't penetrate. But in this match, where it was tier 7s, hit the KV-2 3 times, knocked off his track, and did 700 damage. And the T-3485 hit him once for 214, and hit the Lush twice for 340 and killed him. That was a Mastery Badge Class 3 with a Master Gunner and a Fire for Effect. Did 4th highest damage in that with 1,254 damage. And 11 shots, 7 hit, 6 pen. I got hit 12 times by this little Lush thing. It has that little auto loader, and every round penned. This thing has absolutely no armor. Spotted 2, damaged 3, destroyed 1. Made 49,140 credits, and I also had a personal reserve popped, so I made a total of 61,425 credits. And after they resupplied it and fixed it, I still made 49,188. So you can see that shooting standard rounds, you're going to make a lot more credits. In the next match, you'll see with the premium rounds, I was in a negative balance. So, anyways, this does not like shooting at tier 8s. It does not have the penetration to go through them. Oh, sorry, guys. Anyways, if you want to hold on your seats, I'll have the next results up for you in just a minute. Alright, so in this replay, we're in Tundra. Tundra of Fundra. And where are you going to go when you're in a tier 7 and there's that many tier 8s? Whole bunches of tier 8s. Whole bunches of tier 8s with big guns that make you go boom if they hit you twice. A couple of them would take 3 shots, maybe 4. RHM, yes, he's got the big gun on that thing. I believe that thing can actually one-shot me. IS 2 shots. T150, that's like 3 shots. IS 5, that's like 2 shots if it gets a high roll. The Carnarvon, I think that hits for like 240 average damage, so he'd take about 3 hits. Maybe 4, but more like it's probably going to be like 3. So I thought, you know, I'm going to stay back here and just chai snipe. Just going to sit back here, hopefully not get spotted, and see what I can do for damage. Now, what I really should have done when I pulled up here, I actually pulled up a little bit further here. I should have actually turned the hull around and faced it that way, so there wasn't so much of the my tank sticking out. See, this is where I really made a bad mistake. I mean, look how far out there I am. I should have backed in, like literally turned the hull that way, backed in, and then I would have been in a dip too. So, and I would have been out of that other guy's. I don't think I was really in his way. Yeah, he was shooting over me. Actually, if I would have backed in like that, I think I would have been in his way. This IS-5 here, boy, I think he thought he was Captain America. That's the only time I think I pen him. And this is all straight premium rounds. I knew I was going to keep it on premium rounds with the targets I saw coming up. I just knew that it was either going to be premium or I was just going to bounce every round. Now this is straight on, and the hull of the Carnarvon is weak. It's not, I mean, literally, it is weak. I mean, and I wasn't penning it. Now that was just a crappy shot on my part. I was trying to knock his track off too, but wasn't even doing that. Now I do put one through the top of his turret. Actually, I put 2 through the top of his turret. I knew I'd be loaded before him. And I left him with 92 hit points. So I was able to hit that IS. I couldn't believe that he was backing up on the move and actually hit me. I was like, holy crap, the gun on the KV-13 is not that damn accurate. And there I hit the rock. This is the match that, I mean, a lot of my rounds just didn't fly true at all. I mean, look how far up, I mean, completely aimed in, and that flew way up over the front of the tank. Not even close to hitting it. I actually hit him and knocked his track off. I was hoping that IS was going to pop up there again. So I was able to hit him, and I think I knocked his track off again, and they finished him off. Knocked his track off. I made the mistake. If I wouldn't have moved, I probably would have penned him. And there I went to keep his track off, but no such luck. Hit the rock again. I'm not sure exactly where that round went. I shot the IS. It looked like it hit the low, but it didn't say I hit a friendly. It didn't damage him. It didn't penetrate him. So I don't even know. I thought by the looks of it, I could have swore I hit the low, but it must have hit the IS2 and just bounced off, or I don't even know if it might have just not even hit anything. It was just really hard to tell because even if you don't damage a friendly when you hit them, I believe it says, "Oh, you hit one of our own" or something like that. But yeah, nothing. It didn't say anything or do anything, so I don't know if that round did anything. Yeah, because the last shot it shows I hit was the IS in the track and knocked it off. So yeah, I don't really know, to be honest with you. You know, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly where the round went. So, but if you want to hold on 1 minute, we will have the results of these matches for you. So I'll be right back. So for the results of that match, as you can see, shot all premium rounds, and I was still having trouble going through a lot of the stuff. Some of the shots were given, they would turn just as I was shooting and hit them in a area that's just hard to penetrate, but that Carnarvon hit him several times in the front, and it was just not enough with the penetration to go through there. I did pen him three times, and knocked out his ammo rack and his gunner, which is good. At least I did some damage when I hit him those times, you know, and did 693 damage. Hit the IS-5 a bunch of times and bounced off him quite a bit, but I did knock out his ammo rack and also in his track. And the one penetrating round did do 243 damage. The IS, let's move this so my ugly mug's out of the way. Penned him once and knocked out his fuel tank. Penned him for 267 damage. And the KV-13 knocked off his track. Penned him twice for 534. And you could see that the gun is just not very accurate. For a German tank, the accuracy is, well, it's just not the best, put it that way. I did come in, let's see, their fourth highest in damage was 1,734 damage. And I had 17 shots, 14 of them hit, and only 7 penned. So half of what I actually did hit, penned. Pretty much all of it was from a distance of more than 300 meters, except for like 1, maybe 2 shots. Got hit twice, both of them penned, of course, because this thing has no armor. I spotted 1, damaged 4, destroyed 0, and knocked somebody's track off, and got 463 assisted damage. Made 59,000 credits, and I had a personal reserve pop too, so I made an additional 14,811. So total amount for the battle was 74,000, and after they resupplied the ammo, which was a hefty chunk, 74,800, and fixed the tank for 2,582, I had a negative balance of 3,327. But what are you going to do? The standard rounds just weren't going to pen tier 8s that were in front of me. It just wasn't going to happen. And you can see up to tier 9s in this. It's a tier 7, has no pref matchmaking. So, yeah, you can see up to tier 9. So when you're top dog like I was in the first match, standard rounds are plenty. But when you start getting into tier 8s and 9s, 203 pen just doesn't seem like it cuts it. Let me look here for a second. I forgot what the premium round was. Yeah, 203 for standard, and premium bumps you up to 237, and that's just not enough to cut through a lot of the tier 8s. I mean, I was hitting those in lower hulls and sides, and just wasn't hacking it. 237 pen just didn't seem like it wanted to work too well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. And if you would be ever so kind, you can subscribe to the channel. Try and make as many videos as I can for you guys. And still got a competition going on. Once we hit 100 subscribers, I'll be giving away a tank, premium time, gold, and credits. So, I hope you guys are alright. Be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.